it had been a very long road. And as I tell my kids, for me at least, it's either going big or going home. There's no in between. Here's to all the dreamers.
Oh,
thank you, bro. Thank you.
Suave.
Rico suave.
Wherever the beer takes me. Meeting and connecting with people. It's not just beer, it's the life that surrounds it. Welcome to It's a Beer Life.
Welcome to Cervecería La Tropical. I'm Manny Portuondo, the CEO of La Tropical. And our story starts in 1888. My great-great-grandfather, Federico Colli, sells 100 acres of land on the outskirts of Havana to another family called the Blanco Herrera family, and the Cuban beer industry is formed. That small brewery, called Cervecería La Tropical, by 1960 becomes the largest brewer on the island of Cuba. In 1960, those assets are nationalized and our families flee to Miami, who welcomes us with open arms. 133 years later, I'm happy to partner with the Blanco Herrera family again, and now with Heineken, and bring back the original first beer ever brewed in Cuba, La Tropical, La Original. Welcome. Well, again, welcome to La Tropical. We are here in Wynwood, in the arts capital of Miami. And about 3 years ago, we started developing this property. It's about a 1 acre property. It's composed of a botanical beer garden, a tap room, a restaurant, and a live stage for music performances. So right here, these columns are a replica of our columns in our gardens in Cuba. And what's really cool about the front of the brewery, Carl, is this mural right here. This mural is of a lady by the her name is Graciela, the mother of Rigo León. Rigo León is the artist that painted these exterior walls. And why it's so significant is because Rigo León's mother was a model for La Tropical in Cuba in the 1950s and 60s. You enter the gates. There's going to be some gates here, by the way, that we're missing. As you enter the gates of La Tropical, you enter a tropical botanical garden, almost 12,000 square feet of a tropical botanical garden. What's cool about the garden is that we have a birdcage bar, so it's an exterior space where, in essence, you know, you can drink beer inside of a birdcage. Check out the birdcage bar. And then also what's cool about the garden is that every species of tree that you see in this garden was brought in, flown in by a crane. So a big crane flew in all of these trees. We have a native gumbo limbo tree that you see a lot in the Florida Keys, Carl, where you were last week. They're everywhere. We have all types of, probably like 7 varieties of palm. From now you're entering the tap room. This is sort of the main area once you enter the tap room. As you can see, we have floor-to-ceiling glass that basically showcases the brewery. It's a 32,000 hectoliter a year production facility. That in and of itself isn't that significant. There's a lot of big breweries in Florida, but we're in the middle of the city, right? We're not in some industrial area. It's in Wynwood, in the middle of the city. What's pretty cool is that when you come to La Tropical, it's going to be a total cultural immersion experience. You're going to learn about the history of our beer. You're going to learn how we connect to Miami and Wynwood, and we're going to do that through art. So this is a good example of a Cuban artist that I hired that made these brewery pipes out of PVC, but he painted it with a metallic paint.
That is so cool.
And then inside the pipes, so you'll learn about the history of La Tropical. You see all of our historical photos that go back more than 100 years. So there are the columns that you saw in the front. People dancing up in the gardens.
Before COVID time.
Before COVID. U.S. Marines in the Navy actually in the 30s drinking beer at La Tropical. So I want to show you something here. So this is the history. This book is over 100 years old. It was donated to me by a lady by the name of Silvia Muñiz de Muray. Silvia Muñiz de Muray's father was the general manager of the brewery in the early 1900s in Cuba. And in our gardens in Cuba, there was a castle. And she's a little girl who lived in the castle, in the gardens of La Tropical. And when she passed away, she gave me this book because I had always told her that whenever I can build a brewery, I was going to feature that book. And I want to show you something in the book. So these are our dance halls and structures in the gardens in 100 acres of land in Cuba. If you notice, there's a starfish on the ceiling. Starfish. Carl, look up.
There you go.
So that's a replica, a modern day replica.
Right now.
So, Carl and guys, welcome to the La Tropical Brewery facility. So this is as I mentioned, 32,000 hectoliter a year production facility in the middle of the city. It's a Rolex system, engineered in Germany, manufactured in Germany, and installed here, obviously, in the United States in Miami. It's a very automated plant. Where we run this brewery from a control room and with iPads. It's the future of brewing. Like most breweries, we're divided into 4 or 5 areas. Obviously, the brew house, 20 hectoliter system, basically. We obviously brew there. We have the area which is where our fermenters. The cellar is, right, where we ferment the beer. At La Tropical, we're brewing about 60% of our beers are lagers, 40% ales.
Which is the hardest beer to brew.
Very difficult to brew. And because of that, we have different fermentation cycles for the beer. La Tropical, La Original, whose formula dates back to 1888, Havana, Cuba, we ferment for about 21 days. Nativo Key, which is our session IPA, about 14 days. Wow. The operation, the brewers are drinking beer right now. They're not working. Well, I guess drinking beer is sort of working if you're a brewer, right? Yeah. And then this is our lab. So we have a full QA lab here at La Tropical.
This is like science.
All of the it is. It's it's a very scientific process. Everything's tested, checked before it leaves this place.
Wow.
So I have never built a brewery in my life. My background is beer, but on the sales, marketing, and finance side, not on the brewing side. I worked for Anheuser-Busch for many years in my career, and for the Brahma Brewery of Brazil as well. And then I left beer, and I went to go do burgers, working for Burger King Corporation. So I'm a beer and burgers guy. But I had never, but I had never designed a brewery. So when Heineken acquired a majority of La Tropical in 2017, we wanted to go build a significant brewery. And I, my mindset at the time was, listen, I started La Tropical 23 years ago. I was in my early 30s. I'm 54 years old now. It had been a very long road. And as I tell my kids, for me at least, it's either going big or going home. There's no in between. And when you have a partner like Heineken, you can do something like that. Well, welcome to our tank to glass, bright tanks that are now, half of them they're in the brewery, the other half they're in the bar. This has not yet been commissioned, as you know, we just opened about a week ago. But within the next 3 weeks, this will be fully operational. And when you come to La Tropical and you order a beer, you're going to be able to order a tank to glass beer straight from a tank in the brewery into your glass. Skip the keg.
Wow, skip the keg. That's big. It doesn't get more fresh than that.
Can't be. That's the freshest beer you can possibly drink.
From barrel to glass.
It's how the brewers drink beer.
The little bright tank on here goes from barrel to glass.
We're calling it tank to glass.
awesome guys. I'm Carl here, and I'm with Manny. We're the head brewer here at La Tropical. I just got the tour. Excited, amazing stuff that I saw back of the house. I'm mind blown still by all the exciting stuff that's coming out for this brewery over here in Miami, which just opened 2 weeks ago. The beer is in front of us. This is the best part, I think, of the it's a beer life. And Matt over here is going to talk about the beers and what the future plans that they have for the beers that are coming up in the future.
Yeah.
I'll let it up to you, bro.
Yeah, so we'll take the Vienna, or the
this
Amber
one?
Lager, yeah, right here, La Original.
La Original.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Matt will get the accent eventually.
Yeah, if I live it long enough, right? But so, here, cheers.
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 Amazing. La Original.
So on the smell for me, I get a lot of honey, some light notes of caramel, really just a hint of citrus, but very nice and mellow, right? It's very easy.
So easy.
Very drinkable
going.
for this climate.
You can
Try to
drink
match-
it all year round.
Yeah.
Date, night.
4.5% alcohol, very low bitterness units, just really easy drinker. And again, it's Miami, right? Every day is hot. Even when it's cold, it's still pretty warm.
Right now,
So
this is our
like
winter.
This is like the perfect time for us, right?
This is like my man has a sweater over here. I don't sip it.
Yeah.
But this is our winter time, and we're enjoying a beer outside on the patio.
Yeah, I mean, we filter
This is
really
amazing.
well, right? So that it kind of like makes you even think it's more sessionable than it might. It's just twist.
And so
Amazing.
what I think what's so incredible about this beer, first of all, it's really difficult to make. To make a lager, but it's not an easy
That is one of the
most
hardest
difficult
beers to brew.
make. But what's really cool about La Original is that when we embarked on this project and on this particular recipe, I wanted to go back to the original recipe of 1888. Because we're starting 133 years later, but the only way to go forward is to understand where you came from, and to know.
Sometimes you have to go back to basics.
Yeah, it's back to the future. Boom. You gotta go back to the future, right? And so what we have here is that original, very crafty recipe of what they would have been brewing in 1888. But obviously, we have, I showed you a little while ago, we have a fully modern, automated brewery. So how you brew that beer is way different than how they brewed it in 1888. And so I think Matt's done a great
staring that thing.
Yeah. So but we ended up with I think it's a fantastic product because we stayed very true to the original formula, but we brewed it in a modern way. And what that sort of did for us is that now we have this very drinkable, but with a lot of taste, lager, beer, that is just perfect for this climate.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we're gonna talk about the next beer. First beer was amazing. You get a taste of Miami in a glass for sure, and a little taste of Cuba, and a little blend there of both cultures, and brings together La Tropical.
Carry 305.
Yeah, dude. I got my Miami
That's
shirt.
right.
I'm ready.
That's right.
This is the way to represent obviously Miami. This is a new brewery that basically hits all the check marks when it comes to the Miami culture and the Cuban culture. That's what all Miami's all about.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about the next beer, which is this golden one right here. I'll pass you this one, Manny.
Thank you.
No, I think it's really cool. Like,
Nativo Key.
I love the flight. Flamingo on top. So you guys know the flamingo is my
So
logo.
Carl, so what do you think this is?
It's a flamingo with a hop.
It's a flamingo hop.
Flamingo. I love it. Mira, I spilled myself.
Mira, flamingo hop.
Man,
The body of a hop with a
you
head
guys
of a
sold
flamingo.
the shirts?
Yeah.
I'm buying it. Flamingo is the logo. I got inspired by me growing up here in Miami.
Yeah.
I grew up going to Zoo Miami when I was a kid. I migrated here when I was 8 years old. And all you see is flamingos there. Like the first thing you see is a flamingo. That's like
Carl's a dreamer. Here's to
staple.
dreamers, baby.
Yeah.
Here's to all the dreamers.
Oh,
Thank you,
man.
bro. Thank you. Yeah, Dreamers is if you guys didn't know, it's a program that Obama started in 2008, created for younger people that came in here for example, me before 16 years old. I came when I was 8 to the United States. I came from Honduras, and then Obama gave us the opportunity to get a work permit so we can work, a bit in the shadows, and drive. As long as you do everything legal, everything connects.
I think it's the most wonderful thing. I mean, for many, as you know, very difficult years for dreamers in the past couple of years.
Yeah,
so I'm happy that you got
We're here.
your pass, baby. Cheers to you.
We're here, so cheers to that. We're here,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna talk about this beer. So I'll let Matt take the
we
handle
can
on
smell
this
it,
one.
right?
I mean,
Like, so it's a very, very sessionable IPA. The Suave IPA, right?
Suave.
Yeah.
suave,
Wrinkle suave.
Mended. That's
Yeah,
what you
so-
guys went for. It'd be careful.
Yeah, just really, really smooth. And the idea is to focus on like what do we think is Miami in an IPA, but very sessionable, right? Like
Man.
we're really trying to hit core beers that are easy drinking, and then when you go to the tap room, you can have a ton of other beers, right? But it's just
color
an
is
easy drinker.
beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? I mean, we're talking
It's
about
like-
the filtration system that we have with the centrifuge and the sheet filter, and this is what when you put that to work, this is what you get.
It's like a tropical IPA. Like you guys went for something, very flavorful. Definitely
And
taste of Miami.
And the key is drinkable, right? You taste mango, passion fruit, pineapple, right? And it's something that smells good, it looks good, it looks easy, approachable. You can drink.
It has a skunkiness of the IPAs because
little
that's
bit,
what
yeah.
they're known about. IPAs are known for having a little kick at the end of skunk, and just smells amazing. And
Yeah, no, and we in the malt bill here, nothing too crazy,
on the palate.
but we used a little bit of wheat just to really mild it out, smooth it out, just to make sure that the beer was an IPA, but very easy drinking, right? Because we want to really cross the boundaries. On the other IPAs, for sure, we can reach out to the hotbeds, but maybe this is an intro session IPA, right?
I was telling Carl that he came
Miami
like
style
5 days
IPA,
too
maybe.
late because we had brewed a double tropical,
saw la
a high
gasolina,
octane gasolina, and we blew it out. It was fantastic.
Missed out. It's
Yeah,
okay.
next
It's okay.
one.
That's an excuse for me to come back
Come back.
Yeah.
and keep trying their beers. I mean, if you guys haven't been here, make sure you come check them out. I believe it's by invitation. Right now,
No.
or you can just come in?
Now we're open. We're fully open. A Wednesday through Sunday, from 4 p.m. To midnight, and then on Saturdays and Sundays at noon. We rest on Monday and Tuesday.
Beautiful garden here, guys. Make sure you bring your families, family friendly. Obviously, I brought my wife and kid. They were back over here having a great time. Matt, thank you so much for showing me about the beers, man.
No worries.
I used to take care of Matt of Cesura all the time when he used to come have some brews. I was one of the servers.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
when I struggled it out on this
yeah,
one.
you come after your shift. It's like, man, we're still working the kinks out, but you know what? It's just another day. Like you said, keep moving forward and creating new opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Always move forward. Thank you, Carl. Good to see you.
I
Nice to
appreciate
meet
you guys having me here. And remember, it's not just beer. It's the life that surrounds it, and that's why it's a beer life. That's the motto. That's what it's all about. And just keep going to the next brewery, and then I'm happy to be here. I'm more humble for showing me around, guys. So I'm excited to show this video to my peeps, and let's cheer it. Finish. We gotta chug this
Yeah.
and finish
cheers.
it off.
Thank you.
And cheers. Bam.
Okay, so first we'll start out with the Cobia Ceviche, which is got some leche de tigre in it, has some fresh ginger, mango, green mango I use for the tartness, so there's a balance of sweet and tart in the mango and a little bit of crunch. The Cobia is sustainable, ocean raised in large, huge pens off the coast of Panama. So it's a sustainable fish. It tastes delicious as ceviche. And you're supposed to pour the leche de tigre on top of it.
Squeeze the lime after that.
Sure.
Okay.
If you like it really limey, it already
Yeah, I
has
love
it.
limey. So I
Okay, yep.
just throw it on top like this.
Yep, pour it on top.
Wow, leche tigre.
I didn't know if you liked heavy spice or not, but I gave you medium spice.
I love everything.
All right,
So,
good.
I'm
Good.
all about the adventure. This is all
Yeah,
about.
there you go.
I forgot my beer, but I'll get it later.
What? You can't forget the beer
Teresa,
first.
give me my beer.
That's awesome. There it is. Yeah, you need that.
So this is what's the fish again? I'm sorry.
It's a cobia from
Cobia.
Open Blue
Just trying to
Cobia.
get a
And,
little bit of everything. Man.
and it's just raised off the coast of Panama. And it is amazing, sustainable fish. Holds up very well to the acidity. Doesn't break down and get mushy like some fish do. Then the beer. I mean, that's a
So
chaser.
it cuts the acidity
Yes.
right away, and it gives you the freshness on the back of the palate.
Exactly.
That's what I get from It's good because it's so rich. The ceviche is rich.
Great.
And the popcorn gives you that crispiness and the
Yeah.
crispy onions too. I mean, and the beer just
And then you have a little balance of the sweet from the green mango bean in there. A little tart, but a little sweet.
I think that touches the leche de tigre. This is a taste of Miami right here.
Yeah, man,
A little plate. So if you guys want to come check them out, the ceviche is a must try.
Thank
and then we're
you.
gonna jump to the
Okay,
next,
so
the
this
steak one,
here,
right?
yes, we have
This is
a
amazing.
sliced certified Angus beef churrasco steak. I cooked it medium rare. Is that okay for you? Medium rare?
That's the
Okay.
temperature.
So it's sliced thin but piled high in there. And it is served with my roasted red pepper and mushroom chimichurri. So it's a take on a
Steak
traditional. It's got lots of flavor. Served on a nice panini bun.
My mouth is like watery already.
Okay, I'm gonna
She's
lean
just talking
back.
about it. I mean,
I'm gonna lean
hungry.
back when he bites that because it's gonna. Wow. See, I told you it was gonna do that. Little chips there. You have some mariquitas. Did I say that right? Mariquitas.
Yeah.
I'm learning to get the accent down.
Steak sandwich is so juicy, so rich in flavor.
Oh, and I forgot it has crispy fried shallots on top.
Oh my god.
So good. But when I order it, I get it. I go, please. They know me. I want
Mariquitas
cheese
are
on mine.
crunchy. Wow, this is amazing.
Good.
With the beer, obviously.
Very, very nice. And where else could you enjoy it better but in this garden? It's a botanical garden.
Beautiful scene. He was talking about all the trees, the
Yep.
ceiba tree, and all the.
Yep. Did he tell you about my guava? And I'm using the guava in the kitchen.
No.
Yeah, I have a guava tree. I'm making guava butter with it. I've got a Jamaican allspice tree, which
Wow.
I'm using for my jerk chicken.
My grandma had a guava tree when I
Did she?
grew up.
It's so aromatic.
and you just crack them like this. It cracks in your hand.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you eat the juices. And
Delicious.
Guava, fresh guava is the best thing. You guys are using it in your kitchen. I mean,
Yep.
This is amazing. I'm mind blown. This is just a little taste of the kitchen here, and then
Thank you.
I can't wait to come back and try more stuff. And I encourage you guys to come back and try most of the stuff, right? All of it if you can.
And don't forget about the live music.
And the live music. I think
Yeah.
you guys have live music Friday and Saturday. right?
Yeah, reservations are definitely
Recommended.
suggested because people want to come out and see how beautiful everything is here.
This is amazing. Thank you so much for enjoying
Okay.
showing
All
me this
right.
food, and
Thank you so much.
appreciate you. All right, guys, we wrapped it up here at La Tropical. Amazing experience. I'm definitely mind blown by all the stuff they have going on here. All the beer, the food, the history, the culture, and I mean it's amazing experience. Make sure you guys come check them out. Make sure you guys follow them on social media. Cerveceria La Tropical. Obviously, make sure you follow me, Carl. It's a Beer Life. Make sure, obviously, like this video. Make sure you share it to all your friends so they can come check out this awesome brewery. And if you guys have any recommendations for me to go check out any breweries, drop it in the comments below so I can go check them out. If you're owner of a brewery or a restaurant or anything that's beer related or not beer related, because it's not just beer, it's the life that surrounds it, reach out to me. Send me a direct message, send me a Facebook Messenger, and I would love to come and check out your brewery or restaurant spot. And then thank you for supporting It's a Beer Life. I'm about to hit 10K on YouTube, and this is the video that marks that milestone. Thank you so much for supporting It's a Beer Life, guys. So cheers to that, and we'll see each other in the next adventure. Cheers.